See, I'm the one that's coming in hot tonight. Usually I'm the one that's got to kind of woe you down a little bit and try to calm you down, but I'm the one that's coming in hot tonight. I've been trying to preserve my feelings and trying to preserve it, but I'm appalled by what I saw tonight at the WrestleMania in beautiful Minneapolis, St. Paul.
And what, pray tell, exactly got you fired up for all this?
Well, I shared this on social media to you because they're doing the Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin match. It's coming up, and I was doing my basic smart ass sarcastic. Oh, Corbin's totally going to go over in this match. There's no way that Baron Corbin's not. And I'm kidding. I'm completely joking because Trick Williams is like, if there's one more over babyface than Trick Williams in this promotion right now, it's Obafemi, right? Like he's the only one, right?
Yeah. Pretty close, yeah.
And then maybe CM Punk, arguably CM Punk. But that's it. I mean, so obviously you've got a guy, I don't know how many people were there, 30,000, whatever it was. They're chanting his name. Trick Williams is hot as hell. And somehow the guy who has been there, not been with the promotion for 20 months, comes in with a 3-week buildup, and he beats Trick Williams. And it was clean, right? I think it was clean. I'm just appalled. I was just appalled by the whole thing. I was completely and totally joking, thinking that would be. There's no way in hell. Like I'm trying to figure out. I think AI is booking this promotion. I think there's no question now in my mind. If anybody was joking about it or whatever, and they thought that AI was not booking WWE, no, it's 100% happening. It's not just that AI is booking WWE. There's a lot of different ones you can go with. Like Claude is the one from Anthropic. It's pretty good. There's one that's kind of independent called Perplexity. You can use that one. That one's okay. I would accept Gemini from the good people at Alphabet / Google. You could use Gemini to book your promotion. It would probably be pretty good. I think these motherfuckers are using Grok. Grok, the Elon Musk one, which means that very, very soon, Gunther's going to have like a whole like Nazi faction. Oh, look, here comes the SS to the ring. Oh, my. I'm just appalled. I'm just appalled. But I was like, this doesn't. And then I had kidded about it. And then I look up, son of a bitch. It's true. They put Baron Corbin over Trick Williams clean as a sheet, very clean. And I don't get it. Now, see, it doesn't even really bother me. I mean, it bothers me that it happened. What bothers me going forward is going to be the absolute gaslighting that we get about why they did it. It's going to be, oh, this is the greatest thing in the world. You don't understand what this does for storytelling. You guys wouldn't be able to tell a story if my God, if William Shakespeare was tugging on your ball sack. And you're going to tell me, oh, no, sorry, look at all the great things we can do now with Trick and blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And you're like, oh, my God. It's just, that's what drives me nuts. Like, this is how much they gaslight you and talk about how great this is. This is how much they gaslight you and tell you about how awesome this is. Let's imagine you and Paul Levesque are in a steakhouse, Peter Luger's Steakhouse, right? Heart of Manhattan. One of the greatest steakhouses in the history of this great country. It's a place that people make reservations for months and months and months in advance, and it's hundreds of dollars. And so you're sitting there with Paul Triple H Levesque all of a sudden, and you're enjoying a delicious steak. All right, you're enjoying a delicious steak with Paul Triple H Levesque. Triple H decides he's going to get on the table, he's going to squat, and he's going to take a dump right in the middle of your meal. And you go, God, Paul, that's awful. You just kind of ruined my Peter Luger experience. I think this is bad. And Triple H goes, no, you don't understand. This will make the meal so much better. You don't understand steakhouses. My uncle ran a steakhouse, and he was, no, this is great. You don't understand how good this is that I took a dump right in the middle of Peter Luger's, right in the middle of your steakhouse. It's, you don't understand the business. You don't get it. We're going to be gaslit from here to Mars with these idiots telling us how great this is. And it just gets so tired. It's so tedious. It's so old. I I don't want to hear. I have trashed All Elite Wrestling as much as anybody over the past 4 or 5 years. I really have. I do not want to hear any of these WWE motherfuckers that go all the time and they trash AEW. I don't want to hear one word about AEW booking after that shit. You have nothing to say. You have absolutely zero to say about AEW's booking when you have Baron Corbin come in and go clean as a sheet over Trick Williams at SummerSlam. My God, that was just disgusting. And now, like you and I were talking about, Bryant, the gaslighting we're going to get from this crew is just beyond anything right now. They're going to tell us how great this is, how this is so good for Trick Williams' career. Oh my God, you guys just don't get the business, right?
Oh yeah, they never admit to their mistakes. I guess. I mean, it's rare. Sometimes they will, but it's like they're going to gaslight us from here to next Tuesday about that stuff. I mean, it was all planned and all that. So it's just going to be the same old bull crap, just maybe word.
You sent me that message after it happened. You go, well, you called that one. You called the Baron. I was kidding. I was joking. I never in 100 million years thought they'd actually do it. I never thought that for 1 second they would actually do it. I didn't think that they'd be stupid enough. If I'm going to be able to call stuff like that, I'm going to start calling all kinds of shit. I think Tiffany Stratton's going to get naked after this next match. That's the shit I'm going to start calling. These guys are just killing me. I was trying to see if I can get to the post-game press conference because I want to hear from Triple H how wonderful this is and how this is such a boon and how he's extended Trick Williams' career and made him into the much bigger babyface that he ever was. That's what I want to hear. My God, these guys. It just drives me nuts. I almost everything else, I can almost understand a lot of the other booking decisions that they made. I could understand like the Chad Gable thing. I know that they were trying to. The Chad Gable thing was hilarious to me because they go, "My God, look at all this man has overcome." Yes, and it was all shit y'all did to him. That's the shit that he's overcome. Now I know that you won't be able to relate to this, Bryant. So you can duck out of this one. Sometimes when you go through a divorce, the other spouse does some horrible shit to you. If the horrible spouse came to you a couple of years later and goes, "Boy, I'm just proud of all you overcame," it's like, yes, bitch, I had to overcome you. You're what I had to. So I know you can't relate to that twice. So let me just say.
I'll do my damnedest, though. I'm trying hard to figure this one out.
I'm sure you heard other people speak on it so that you can.
Vicariously, man. Yeah.
My God, look what Chad Gable has over. Yes, the horrible. And actually, Michael Cole did kind of allude to that. Like, oh, all this awful shit that we did to him. He's able to overcome all of it. And he gets this great moment in the ring with his family. And it's worse. It's worth him being called Shorty G and like being like awful for a couple of years.
Short, dude, let's just be honest, okay? Shorty G has got to be top 5, and I'm being generous here. Top 5, maybe even top 3 worst gimmicks ever.
I'm putting it up there with. I mean, it's in the pantheon of Beaver Cleavage, Dr. Isaac Yankem, maybe the Gobbledygooker. It's like in that pantheon of shit right there.
Yeah, I think this surpasses Red Rooster. I really do.
Oh, Terry Taylor, line 2. How about that? Okay, all right. I mean, I can't really. I think what they were trying to do with that match, we'll go through all this stuff on day 1 and day 2. I just had to unburden myself from the bullshit of the Trick Williams booking. I think they were trying to recreate.
Well, I think what really was what charged you up was the fact that you, like you said, kind of jokingly said that sarcastically about him going over.
It's a joke.
I think it just lit the fuse, man.
It's a total joke. It's like I went to see this Spider-Man movie today. So I bet you Spider-Man gets murdered in the first 5 minutes, and the motherfucker, they kill him the first 5 minutes. But didn't happen because those people know how to book shit, and they don't try to gaslight you. They try to get you to buy more tickets and stuff. That's the point of the Sony Marvel, universe and all that shit. Let me see what Kevin Owens is saying on the post game show here.
He has not wrestled here, but some things are bigger than wrestling. She's currently battling ALS, and the way she's doing it is so incredible. And I looked at her and what she was going through and the way she powered through it, and it was truly inspirational. So I want to thank everyone I just mentioned because
wow, they're baby facing the shit out of that guy. He got a massive pop. If you didn't see this tonight, they added him to the Fatal 4-Way. They're just baby facing the shit out of Nick Aldis. So they had the match between Sami Zayn and then whoever Sami Zayn was wrestling. Help me out. I can't remember. Anyway, they added Gunther to it, and Nick Aldis goes, "Well, no, we're not done. It's going to be a Fatal 4-Way." And then Kevin Owens, and it was a Road Warriors at the Omni kind of pop there.
Everybody helped me so much. Thank you. Well said.
And now he's talking about somebody with ALS, so it's like they're going to babyface the shit out of this guy. I mean, and then maybe let me think of somebody that they've cut loose recently that they could bring back. Oh, they'll have Matt Cardona come back in and pin him at Money in the Bank or something.
One of the greats of the business, and he's back. And now the number one contender, KO, Kevin Owens. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin. I want to see if the gaslighting started yet.
And honestly, up to
Of a true superstar, a violent superstar, a guy that hurts people.
This is Baron Corbin in his post-game interview because he needs to get one of these right here.
And I don't see anybody taking this off my hands in the near future.
I did hear it cost a little bit of money to make the championship look like
problem. Not my problem.
Thank you so much, and congratulations again.
Thank you, Kathy, as we continue here on the Summer.
Kathy Kelly continuing to improve greatly. And they just did the post-game interview, the post-match interview with Baron Corbin. And Corbin was just saying it's going to take a lot to get this championship off him. It was Kathy Kelly with him. That young lady that I was showing you on social media who was trying out to be an WWE backstage interview. Was that, I think her name's Taylor Mathis or something like that. I'm not sure.
Sounds right. Something like that.
I know her primarily from social media where she makes short form videos. You would have seen her on TikTok. I would have seen her on Reels. And her gimmick is she does betting stuff, but she walks while she does the betting and her camera is pointed low. So her boobs just bounce all over the place. That's like her gimmick.
Okay.
And then this week, so yeah, I should come back to the promotion. I think it's going to be great. Yeah, good time. Let's listen to a little bit of what Baron Corbin had to say because it's going to be great.
Yes.
How you feeling?
I feel good. Look, I told everybody I was on a mission when I got here. I told everybody that steps in my way, they're going to get run over. People are going to get hurt. There's going to be collateral damage. I'm not here for friends.
My mission when I got here was to make a black guy look bad. So I was able to do that tonight, and God bless me for being able to make that happen.
Mission accomplished.
Obafemi, you're on notice. If we can just get somebody to come back who's been away from the promotion for a while, we're going to put him over you in no time.
I'm not here for any bit of history of what I did prior to this. It's walking in the door and making my statement, and that's what I did. 3 weeks, I'm in SummerSlam, facing Trick Williams, one-on-one for the U.S. title. I told him I was taking it home. I told him there was nothing he could do, and I did it. Very simple.
Well, like you said, you're looking forward. There are many iterations of Baron Corbin, but it looks like you're working on your strikes. You looked good out there in that match. I have to ask you about the championship. This is a custom title. How quickly do you plan on changing that out?
I mean, the best part about this title is Trick just had this done for himself. I think it's pretty new, like 2 weeks old, and I'm going to rip every ounce of fur off of this and get it back to its pristine, original state where it gets the respect.
Yeah, we're going to get this back to being Caucasian friendly. We got to make that happen pretty soon here. World Wrestling Entertainment. This title is entirely too black. I'm sorry.
In 81 Mid-Atlantic, you know.
It deserves. It's on the shoulder of a true superstar, a violent superstar, a guy that hurts people, and I don't see anybody taking this off my hands in the near future.
I did hear it cost a little bit of money to make the championship look like
problem. Not my problem.
Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Can he get what's his old partner's name? Lucky Luciano, or whoever that guy was running around with him back in the day? Where that guy was?
Something like that. I can't. Yeah. I don't even remember. I don't even remember either.
It was a
you know what I thought was
gimmick that he,
oh yeah, another forgettable crap gimmick that for Corbin. But you know what? Just a side note about this. To me, what was kind of weird was MLW actually let him go do that thing with Trick Williams a couple of weeks ago when he made the appearance, that first appearance on Raw, and then he actually returned to MLW that next weekend to help to like tag team with Dijak, his old tag team partner there. So that was kind of strange. I'm surprised that they did that, but I don't know. I hadn't watched the episode yet, so I don't know exactly what happened. I just know he did return, so I thought that was kind of odd.
Well, they'll bring Donovan Dijak back on Monday night. He can beat Obafemi and go over on him. So it'd be great. It'd be like the best thing ever.
May as well after this SummerSlam. Why not?
We decided to go anti-woke. We don't know what it is, but we're just going to go anti-it. So it's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. What the fuck?
Yes.
What am I doing?
Deal with it.
I feel like that Tucker Carlson character on Saturday Night Live. What are we doing? What's happening? I don't even know what's happening here. Let's see.
I don't know.
Any houses to worry about. We've got the supernatural. Oh, and by the way, Danhausen robbed Dirty Dog of $100,000. Yeah.
Well, see, I don't mind the Danhausen stuff because I know it's. I mean, I'm not going to be like. I know it's not. Roddy Piper versus Greg Valentine, and it's not supposed to be. But I also know that I find Danhausen to be very.
Come on now.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think it's Steamboat against Macho Man in WrestleMania 3. Yeah, that's what we were looking for there. No, I get him. I think he's entertaining, and there are people that don't really care about wrestling. They don't talk about wrestling, and they're talking about that guy, and that's fine. I mean, that's the point of that guy, to me. But again, I don't know the business.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
I have no idea about that.
At least WWE is letting him get in the ring, unless unlike AEW was letting him do.
I don't see. You'd have to go back kind of and forensically just kind of rebuild how AEW fucked that up. Again, I don't want to hear anything about AEW booking right now. There are no criticisms of AEW booking coming out of any WWE fan's mouth right now after that bullshit. But you'd have to go back and forensically look at like, oh, here's Danhausen. Let's just back up a Brinks truck to WWE headquarters and just hand them something they can't help but make money on. Let's see what else we got.
Sharing my money's with you.
Oh.
Well, we thank you for
Biggie,
sharing
that's
your
another
time.
story.
Hey, give him a big hand. Danhausen, the winner tonight.
Rosenberg,
of
empty your
Human Money.
pockets.
Come on, empty your pockets. Chelsea Green still to come, and then Minnesota's very own.
This is a good night for Chelsea Green. That was a hell of a night for Chelsea Green. She was fantastic, and money all day, money all night. I saw a podcast of her. TMZ does a good thing with wrestling on their main page most of the time. And she has, I was not aware of this, but she has this cardio condition known as SVT, which I think makes her heart beat out of rhythm from time to time. And she has to deal with that. And she was talking about just not only the physical part of it, but also the mental part of it. So I got a lot of respect for her, and she's a great performer, and she's one of those people you can always put her back on top. She's always just draws money like crazy. So let me think. Let's bring back somebody that hasn't been in the WWE for a while and didn't really have a good run the last time. Let's bring back Ronda Rousey and have her just go over. And you can tell me how great that is for Chelsea Green that Ronda Rousey came back. And God Almighty, I'm not going to get over this. Usually I'm good about getting over this, but I can't get over this. I can't get over this. It's just the worst booking of all time. Let's look at some of the results from Saturday. Now, what did you think? I know that there were a lot of empty seats, but what did you think of the way that they filmed it? They always do a good job of kind of hiding it, and they were shooting the one side of it. By the way they were shooting it, I wasn't getting a lot of the empty seats and stuff.
Yeah, neither was I. And I was looking for them too. I could see some way, 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 way at the top, but I mean, you kind of expect those on the upper tier,
right?
Levels, whatever. But it was hard to see other than that, and even that was kind of hard to see. You just kind of had to look for the places heads weren't, the silhouette of heads weren't up on that third level.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was just the way they filmed it. It was hard to tell. But from what I've read and everything, the ticket sales were very underwhelming, comparatively speaking.
I did the math on this. I just bought a new used car about a month ago. I traded up, and I was doing the math. If I got pretty good tickets to SummerSlam both nights with like hotel and with airfare and food and all that stuff, it'd be about what I paid for that car. It'd be about what I paid for that used vehicle. I'm just saying. So that doesn't seem like a really.
But you got green, but you got green shirt guy with the smiley face guy or whatever it is, in front row of every freaking pay-per-view. So it just makes perfect sense how everything works out. I don't know what the deal is. I know there's some story behind that dude, but still, it's just the point of it.
Here's what happened on Saturday. Women's World Championship match, Liv Morgan defeating Io Sky. I thought it was a pretty good match. We still, Io Sky still gets a lot of respect as one of the best performers they've had in a long time. But Liv Morgan, it makes complete sense that she goes over in that one. Any thoughts on that particular match and what you saw for Liv Morgan and Io Sky on Saturday night?
No, the match was fine. It was pretty much what I expected. I mean, I didn't know who was going to win, to be honest. I wasn't sure how they were going to go. Not surprised that the Liv kept it. So, but the match itself, I thought was great. Yeah.
LA Knight, Royce Keys, and Solo Sikoa defeating the Usos and Jacob Fatu. The shock here, LA Knight gets the pin. They actually let LA Knight have the pin in this match. As much as they've screwed this guy over, there's a guy. Now, if you thought Baron Corbin was going to come back and somebody was going to job to him, it would have been LA Knight, the way that they've screwed that guy over the past couple of years especially. But LA Knight gets the pin in this. Is this one of those Lucy in a football things? They're trying to set us up so they can just jerk that football right out from under us?
I'm certainly not convinced of anything yet. I think the next couple of weeks or so we'll kind of tell the tale, but I'm certainly not going, oh look, they're pushing him now. Hey.
It's a new day for LA Knight. Gunther over Nick Aldis. The story here, of course, Nick Aldis coming out of retirement. He gives Gunther everything that he wants. They show Mickey James and Mickey and Nick's son at ringside, and Nick Aldis puts up a brave fight, but the guy who's been, there you go. If you're using the Baron Corbin booking, Nick Aldis should have beaten him, right? Nick Aldis should have gone over in this match if we're going to use that sort of logic, right?
Well, anything is acceptable using that logic as far as that goes. So yes.
Nick Aldis looked great. And then he lost in a way that made him still look strong. And then Mickey and their son celebrated in the ring afterwards. So it was a nice moment for him. And then surprisingly, now this was shocking, he was reinstated as the SmackDown GM shortly after the match. Were you surprised by that move by WWE management?
Yes, I was. I thought the whole purpose of this was getting him back in the ring. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what that whole shindig was about between him and Gunther, if they're just going to put him back to being a GM.
Who is your favorite member of Fatal Influence, and why is it Fallon Henley?
I do love Fallon Henley. I'm not going to lie. Lainey Reed is she's starting to grow on me, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm just going to tell you right now. I told somebody this earlier. JC Jane, I used to not give a crap one way or the other about her. I really did.
Absolutely.
And I got to tell you, she's kind of won me over in the last several months or so. I mean, ever since she kind of formed this little trio here and became the leader of it. It kind of started there, and then just up till now, I've got a totally different outlook on her. I think she's great, man. She plays her role so well. She plays to the crowd so well. She's good in the ring. She's as good as, pretty much anybody, if not most people and most females, whatever. Yeah, I hope they go a long way. And I think that they're starting to push them. I think they're really starting to push them. So I think they're on their way to some big things.
Yeah, I think you're hitting home runs on that one. I think JCJ's got a high ceiling, and she does. She's got a good look. She can wrestle. She can talk. The way that she heals is great. Yeah, I'm with you on that. She's completely come around. The Paige takes the pin. The Bella twins then turn on Paige. This was a frightening moment for me because I haven't cared about the Bellas in a very long time. But there was a moment when Nikki Bella is crawling toward the camera after putting Paige out, and the way that she looks at the camera was so hot. I mean, I was looking for my credit card. It was hot. And then she turns around and goes, and they've got her butt in the frame, and I thought, oh, this is heaven. This is just heaven. This is the greatest thing ever. And then when she's going up the ramp, she's talking more shit and looking like a snack going up and I'm like, I really didn't care about the Bellas, but now I'm all in. This is really something. Well played. And I was very scared that when they were beating up Paige, they were going to rupture one of her implants. I didn't want that to happen because that can be a recovery. And it's not good, and I don't want that to happen at all. But I was interested in it. The behind the music on that, and we think that this is legitimate, is that Brie Bella may have injured her shoulder. At least that's what they're saying right now. Brie Bella has an injured shoulder. Allegedly, I don't think it's storyline. We'll find out. I don't know how that is. I thought after, I don't know what this means for the future of them as far as this run in the WWE goes. I guess I thought they were coming to an end, but they need to get paid back for beating up Paige, but Brie is now hurt. So I don't know how all of that's going to work its way around, and we'll see. Nikki was fantastic, and the whole thing really was kind of fantastic, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's going to be a storyline thing or if that's a legitimate sort of situation with Brie Bella and her shoulder injury. They're playing like it's a real deal. Have you heard anything further about that, about Brie Bella's alleged shoulder injury, Bryant?
I haven't heard anything like exactly what it is. They were talking about it seemingly being separated. So that's kind of what I thought. Anytime you see a shoulder, that's the first thing I think of is like shoulder separation. So I think that's what they're leaning toward. At least it was like Alvarez and Dave, maybe that I heard that from. I don't know, but I read it too. So I think it's legit. I think there is something going on with her shoulder.
No, hopefully it's not a big deal. Hopefully she can be back soon. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. The match was pretty much what you thought it would be. I thought it was pretty good. I was hoping very much that they would turn Cody Rhodes heel. And I said to you, if Cody Rhodes turned heel, would the crowd just cheer the hell out of him? Would that crowd in Minneapolis have gone apeshit and he would have become like an even bigger babyface by becoming a heel, if that makes sense?
Here's what I think would have happened. I think you're right. I think they would have cheered, but I think they would have cheered just for the fact of him turning heel. I think they would have played along with him being a heel after that. But just the sheer fact of him turning heel, I do think they would have popped for that, man. I really do. But no.
Randall K. Orton makes his way into the ring, and he gives the RKO to Cody Rhodes, and CM Punk wins. CM Punk retains his WWE Championship, so I suppose we're looking at Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. Is that what we're looking at now? Do you think?
I guess. I mean, have we not seen this already?
A whole bunch. I was saying a little bit.
I don't know, man.
I was saying a little bit earlier, not only are they using AI, they're using the shittiest AI. I think they're using Grok to book this stuff. I think like you can get like decent AI to book stuff. Like even Chat GPT is okay. Gemini's okay. Claude from Anthropic's okay. Copilot from Microsoft would be better. But no, they use the shitty Elon Musk Grok. And that's when there's probably going to be like some sort of Nazi faction from Gunther later on. Grok's going to probably book that.
I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, man.
Obafemi against Brock Lesnar in Hell in a Cell. I thought you had the pertinent question here. Why did this have to be Hell in a Cell?
And you know what? I was I think that was solidified by a lot of other people too. I started hearing that around, the chats and the internet and stuff about why in the hell do they even have a Hell in the Cell? It's the same thing I said, and I'm like, good. I'm glad somebody else has seen that. It wasn't just me being a geek about things. So, but it's true, man. I mean, seriously, why even have? Well, you shouldn't even have had a cage. There was no reason for a cage. Most of us a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. Well, they go. Brock rips up the canvas on the mat and some of the padding, which the sponsors are going to be pissed about. First of all, they paid a lot of money for that. I couldn't even tell what the sponsor was on that. And then he drills Obafemi on that, and then he gives him the tombstone pile driver, Undertaker style, puts the tongue out and everything. Obafemi kicks out of that. Obafemi kicks out of it, grabs him, and then powerbomb. I thought he was going to powerbomb him on those boards, but he didn't. He powerbombed him on the ring and then pins him 1, 2, 3, clean as a sheet. You got to say this about Brock Lesnar, and we've been sick of him for several years now. He put the guy over. Put the guy over like $1 million, right? I mean, you can say what you want to about, and if again, they've teased the retirement of Brock Lesnar about 5,000 different ways, and he left his boots in the ring and all this other shit. He did a lot of stuff like that, but I got to give him credit. They gave when it was all over, he gave the rub to Obafemi. Brock Lesnar did, kind of shook his hand, raised his hand, and all that shit, and the crowd was chanting and all that stuff, and it was fine. There was nothing wrong with it. And if this turns out, I think that was Bryant's point when I was talking to him last night, was if this turns out to be like the real swan song, and part 7, and I really mean it this time, of Brock Lesnar, being the guy that finally gets out of there. I think he puts over the guy in the right way. I know that Triple H after that on that press conference on Saturday night was already talking about how, hey, Brock Lesnar is one of the best to ever do it. He doesn't get the credit for it like he probably should. But I mean, if he puts the guy over like that on the way out, you can't really say much about Brock Lesnar, right?
That's the only part of the whole match that I really cared for, is the fact that he did that. The match itself was just
night 2 stuff.
Just horrible.
Let's see what's going on with night 2 here. We'll go through some of the results here, because that was the one that really got me. I was on board with saying, okay, you guys can have whatever you want to have, but that Trick Williams thing really killed me. Oh, I'm looking at some of the Meltzer and stuff. Meltzer and Alvarez stuff. SummerSlam on Netflix was the number 10 among TV shows and number 15 among all shows on Netflix yesterday. This would have been on Saturday. Number 1 in Bolivia, Ecuador, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Salvador, and Trinidad and Tobago. It was number 2 in Canada and Mexico. Wow. All the countries we're currently at war with. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not true. Hang on. Let me get back to night 2 and see if we can get some of these results in here. Oh, yes. Here we go. You thought that Brock Lesnar at least put over Obafemi pretty good on that one, as critical as you've been of Brock Lesnar, as have I.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I just think that to me, that was the best part of the whole match, even though it wasn't really part of the match.
They didn't really, they mentioned sort of his connections to the Twin Cities, but they mentioned everybody else's like a lot more, it seemed like,
Yeah, they definitely didn't go into too much depth with Lesnar in Minnesota like I thought they might, but yeah, that was but I guess that's to be expected with Lesnar. He's just different from everybody else when it comes to that shit, I think.
Night 2 starts with a big old WWE #1 contender match. Finn Balor against Sami Zayn. But wait, Nick Aldis comes back. I have been reinstated as the general manager of Raw, and I'm adding someone to your big old number one contender match, and it's Gunther. But wait, I'm not finished yet. I've added one more contender into this thing, a fatal four-way, and our last contender in this match is Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens got a big-ass pop in Minneapolis. Was that thing huge or what?
That was definitely huge. I think that was like, I don't know if that could have been any bigger if it was in Montreal.
Yeah, that was a big deal. And now, see, this is where they got me. This is where they got me because I'm like, all right, they're doing sensible booking. They put Kevin Owens over. He's your number one contender. We're just going to do stuff that makes sense tonight. That's where they got me. That's where we're off to the races. We're just doing shit that makes sense. And then we got to Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin. I think I've already shown. I think the horse is dead on that one. I don't have anything further to add. Do you have anything to add on the Trick Williams, Baron Corbin debacle?
No, I think we pretty much took care of that. But you know what? I will have to say this, and I'm not trying to be a contrarian, but to me, just personally, I wasn't real thrilled about that first match's outcome. I love Kevin Owens. I'm glad he's back. I'm not sure why that makes sense that he's going to be the number one contender, unless this is going to be something with him and Sammy being jealous, and it's going to lead to something down the line. I don't know, but I think the bottom line on that for me is I'm just tired of Finn getting effed, and I want him to get his belt back. Damn it.
Well, it's more validation that the Sami Zayn getting the championship over in Saudi Arabia was just a political move to keep that Saudi Arabian money flowing in, isn't it? I mean, that's what it is, right?
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you think that? Why wouldn't it be? Prove to me it wasn't.
Everything that they do down the road shows you that that's all. It was just bullshit anyway. It wasn't like another storytelling. You know, it's none of that shit. It's you guys like the Saudi money, and it's flowing pretty good.
Well, how about that crap that they were advertising about coming to, I think it was Madison Square Garden, and you can watch WrestleMania, there, and they'll have all this, the Stand to Deliver live event and some other CMLL event or some shit. I don't know what it was. And I'm like, just shut up. I'm not going to that. Just shut up.
That's exactly right. Because you hate the fans. You hate the fans, WWE. We know that you hate the fans. I will say that Triple Mania deal, getting the first night of Triple Mania in Vegas, that's a pretty big effing deal. That's not a nothing at all. That's a big deal to get the first night in Vegas and the second night in Mexico City. Man, God bless them and mazel tov to that. The interim WWE World Championship ladder match, Chelsea Green, Jade Cargill, Lash Legend, Tiffany Stratton, and Charlotte Flair. Now, here's where, again, you think they're going to babyface the shit out of Charlotte because she's wrestling with gear that was inspired by a dead girl, right? This is somebody that was a friend of hers who died. And you're like, well, okay, Charlotte's clearly going to go over in this match. Oh, not so much. I mean...
Yeah.
No,
and I would have been fine with that, man. I really would have. I really would have been fine with her going over.
But no, I'm not mad about Chelsea Green at all. Getting over. Chelsea Green is just great. I mean, you almost at the point now. It's weird when somebody gets like super hot for a while. You got to kind of book them down the card. That was an old Jerry Jarrett kind of thing. You got to kind of book them down. And you've heard these stories about Eddie Graham down in Florida. Like they had to get Dusty out of the territory for a little bit so that somebody else could get over. Like he would get Vince Sr. to get him up to New York for a while so that somebody else on that card down in Florida could get over. You can't really do that, obviously, here. You can't make that happen. But Chelsea Green, you kind of have to, when she's running hot for a while, you kind of got to put her back down in some tag teams or mid-cards or something like that. But then she's so good and she's so over, you can't really – I'm trying to think like some female – again, I think I used Ronda Rousey as the example last time, somebody who had a bad run the last time out. That girl that did the Rosie the Riveter gimmick a while back, bring her back and put her over Chelsea Green. That seems to me, that would be like what they need. Bring Ruby Riott back have Ruby Riott just go over Chelsea Green. That seems to be like, if we're going to do the Trick Williams booking, make that happen. So
Again, why not?
why not? At this point, whatever Gronk tells me to do, I'm doing. We got to the
and you know what?
match.
Can I say something real fast about Chelsea Green? I think I'm glad that Chelsea Green won that. The problem I have with it is like there was no real talk about storyline. There was no story with her going into that match.
No,
and it's just that's the only thing that was kind of weird to me about it. And I'm like, again, I'm happy that she got it. Right. I don't know what that means really now. An interim champion now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Does that mean that she's going to hold the champion until Rhea is ready to come back, and then she's got to defend it against Rhea when she comes back? Is that what the deal is?
Whatever the AI machine tells them. But
okay, my bad.
It's whatever Gronk tells us. Yeah, but I mean that's what you're saying sounds completely logical. So that can't be the plan. That cannot be the plan.
Okay, go with the opposite. All right, I got you.
And then we had Danhausen against Dominic Mysterio. That was just a comedy match, and I thought it did everything it was supposed to do. Any thoughts on that one? I mean, it was
not really. I mean, it's just another Danhausen deal, and yeah.
He's great. I find him to be extremely entertaining. I think the comedy is. I don't understand how somebody ended up owing someone money. I don't think I followed that whole situation. But
I missed
whatever.
that. I think I missed that somewhere. But I haven't been watching it religiously either, so it's very feasible that I missed that. So.
And then we had the WWE Intercontinental Championship. That's Chad Gable playing up his Minnesota ties. He defeats Penta by submission. I think they were trying to recreate all the online buzz for the Americano Grande, that match in Mexico, which, legitimately is one of the best matches of the year. You can't really take anything away from that. And it was, I don't think it was as good as that match, but then again, what could be? But it was a very good match. Penta goes down by submission. Penta ends up putting Chad Gable over after the match. And I thought all of that worked really well.
I kind of thought at some point when Gable won that I thought that Penta and then Phoenix would come out and they would both turn heel on Gable. I thought that might happen, but I'm glad that it didn't. It worked out nicely because I do like Penta as a babyface. So yeah, I'm glad it worked out.
And then Chad Gable's wife and his kids come out and they have the moment in the ring. And it was that's when Michael Cole goes, "Look at all he's overcome." Yeah, look at all the shit you've made him overcome over the years. I'm just so happy.
Yeah, let's go down the list, Michael.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. All the things he had to overcome. Well, most of the stuff he had to overcome was some really shitty booking that you guys put him through. That's what he had to overcome. Oh, look at what we put him through. Oh, my God. How great. That would be awesome if that was somebody. Oh, I got to tell you, we have really done some awful things to this guy, and he still battles on. So I'm just bravo. Good job, Shorty G. Way to make it happen. Justin Jefferson from your Minnesota Vikings coming out to announce the World Championship match, your main event, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Now, the story here is they'd kind of been teasing all the Shield shit, and I half expected Seth Rollins to come to the ring with the Shield gear on, with the vest on and all that stuff, but he doesn't. He does his fake nature boy, whatever it is, and he and Roman Reigns have a match, and there was really no outside help or anything. Nobody really cheated or anything. Roman goes over clean, and that was the main event. Any thoughts on that main event, which seems a little lackluster? I thought it was okay. I'm sort of the opinion of Bryant and some other people that I don't want to see these two guys wrestle again. We've seen this so many times, and there's nothing new to it. You can do a stipulation with it. You can have somebody in this corner with it. You can do this, that, and the third. But I just don't see how, like, a Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns match, I just don't see what kind of magic dust that you can sprinkle on that thing to give it any kind of new life. I just don't. I'm of the opinion also, I'm very tired of seeing Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, or Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. I don't want to see Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. And they may have wrestled each other, half as many or a third as many times as Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns have wrestled each other. They keep teasing this over and over again, the Shield stuff. And I know they're just trying to live in nostalgia land and all that stuff. I just don't get it. I suppose at some point somebody's going to make some sort of online rumor that maybe Moxley's coming back and they can, the Shield's going to be reunited. I don't know. I'm kind of on your side with this, Brian. I don't really want to see these two guys wrestle anymore. I've seen it too many times, and there's not much they can do to freshen it up.
No, and I think they tried to freshen it up a little bit tonight with all those near pinfalls and stuff, and they were just trying to make it bigger than it might have really been, kind of thing, getting the fans into it a little bit more, I guess. And maybe it did. I thought it was kind of silly at one point. It was like, come on now. I mean, really going to kick out again? But regardless, yeah, I'm tired of them, and I don't know, man. You talking about Moxley? Didn't just for the half a second? Didn't you think? I think Moxley might actually come through the door here when
yeah.
I maybe, but I kept thinking, no, there's just no way. There's just no way. I knew that they weren't going to just let him go for the night, from AEW over there and do that shit. So, I mean, that kind of got squashed pretty quick, but yeah, I mean, that match was just, I don't know. It was okay. I just wasn't into it.
Did the Trick Williams thing really take you out of night 2, or are you just trying to be nice to me?
No, I honestly, man, night 1 took me out of night 2.
How so?
Just the same stuff. I mean, kind of the same reasoning you had, with the whole Baron Corbin thing, which I totally agree with. I'm just saying that the night 1 just had, I don't know. It was lackluster. The whole Hell in a Cell thing, the whole Punk and Cody thing, it just wasn't there. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just wasn't into it, and I just didn't think night 2 was going to be much better. And I was like, in the back of my head, I'm like, please let it be better. But
see, we always come into this. We always come to this into this as fair brokers. We're always kind of like,
I'd give it overall like a C.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, we always come into this as fair brokers. We're always like, we're going to watch it. We're going to see what happens. We've had some problems with the promotion. The promotion hates us. They're shaking every nickel out of our pocket. They're using AI to book themselves, and they're doing stupid shit. But we're going to give it a chance, and there might be some good stuff there. And there was some good stuff. The Chad Gable match was very, very good. But, I mean, the Trick Williams thing is just like, it's indicative, I think, of a larger problem and a bigger disease or something like that. I don't know how to put it. It's like, there's just no way to really explain it logically without gaslighting the shit out of your fans. There just isn't. And everybody's been invested. They made sure that everybody was invested in Trick Williams, and he's great. And he's gotten over like they wanted to. And now they're going to cool him off with this guy that hasn't been in the promotion for 20 months. It's ponderous, as Casey Kasem used to say, just absolutely ponderous. We were going to, the other piece of information that we had, the other news was one of our favorites. Harley Cameron appears to be either injured in storyline or for real in AEW. They made that announcement, I guess, last night on Collision. So we'll have to pick up from that. But I love Harley. She's been a great performer for several years now in AEW, and I hope she isn't really hurt and all that good stuff. Dave Meltzer apparently had the Kevin Owens thing before anybody else had, so I don't know if they're going to call people in Trump style and start drilling people down and start putting them on lie detectors and stuff for giving up shit. I don't know if they're going to do any of that stuff. Let me look at some of the stuff. Oh, I was just talking about the Harley Cameron injury.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen any more about the Harley Cameron injury?
No, I didn't go back and look and see what that was about. No.
I hope it's just kayfabe. I hope so.
Hope so.
Let's see. No update on Brie Bella, according to Meltzer and Alvarez. Attendance last night, 35,654. Today's show, 32,000. They didn't announce a number last night, which tells you everything on Saturday. But Michael Cole called it capacity, which is hilarious, given the place sold 68,000. See, there's the gaslighting. There it is. I think they've said in their quarterly reports, because TKO has to give quarterly reports, a la Wall Street, since they are a publicly traded company. And I think they've admitted, like, the number that they give on scene at the event is like for information or for entertainment purposes only. Because if they don't say that, they could be sued for fraud. Of course, there's, again, AI companies, semiconductor companies, and SoftBank and other places that are doing fraud by the dozen right now and not getting called on it. So I don't know if we're really going to get on WWE for just fucking up their, fudging their attendance numbers.
Boy, talk about getting in the weeds. That'd be getting deep in the weeds.
Very much so, but it would still be. I mean, I know there's that old line from Apocalypse Now about handing out speeding tickets at the Indy 500, right? if you start getting on TKO for lying about their attendance, and be like, yeah, all right. Any other closing thoughts on a momentous weekend in Minneapolis, Minnesota, Bryant, for SummerSlam 2026?
No, I'll keep it. I'll keep it middle of the road here. I don't want to go off the deep end. I'll hold it in this time.
You sound a little depressed, my son. You sound a little down.
Well, SummerSlam. I've told you in the past. My rankings of major pay-per-views. Royal Rumble is up there, top of the heap for me.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, and Survivor Series. Yeah, and I want SummerSlam to just knock my dang socks off, and it did not. It was just, I just don't understand it. I don't like the 2-night stuff. I don't know. I wasn't impressed. There was a couple of 3 matches that were good and I enjoyed, but that's about it.
There you go. I think that pretty much says it all. Bryant, available for your social media pleasure, Dad of Stanley on Instagram and also on Threads. He is Stanley Jackson 23 on the TikTok and on Blue Sky. They're the Twos, T-H-E-Y-R-E, T-H-E-Y-R-E. They're the Twos. I myself, Real Britt Whitmire on Instagram and also on Threads, and Britt Whitmire on Blue Sky. Thank you for all your support. We love you for that. We'll see if we can just keep a positive attitude as it goes along. Till next time, fans, we'll see you ringside.